We have been waiting for this for some small time. Well, I have, and I think others have as well. I saw this band recently in a threesome, not that kind of threesome, you dirty Herbert, a 3-band sandwich, not that kind of sandwich, you dirty Herbert. It was with H.E.A.T and with Art Nation and H.E.A.T. I'm doing that, someone's getting in contact with me. H.E.A.T were the main band here, and they were just great. They were just great. They made me on that night, because I can be quite jaded with the music and all of that, and it's a job, you know, so it's a job for me. So I can be quite jaded. I didn't want to go that night, and all 3 bands actually, but particularly H.E.A.T, and then particularly, super particularly, if you want to be, I'm super focused on this, it's super, if you want to be really modern, and I don't in particular, they were the real reason why this was so good, fantastic, and you know, they were becoming something huge, and their ascendancy was rather stopped, but rather paused by Eric Gromwald leaving to go to another band. And Eric just released a covers album, and he's getting better, not being well, and that's great. But of course, what he did was say to Kelly Lacremo, "You want to come back, mate?" And he did, and he was fantastic on that night. And this album is called Welcome to the Future, and it's not as classic rock, and it's not as, the songs aren't as well turned as the Eric Gromwald albums, particularly Breaking the Silence. It's not that kind of album. That's not to denigrate this album, because it is a peach, this album. But this album does what it needs to do. It elbows its way to the front and said, "Did you miss us? We were gone for a bit. Did you miss us? Well, you know what? We're back. And this is how it should sound." It's a pushy album. And there is no reason why that should not happen. In fact, it's got to happen for H.E.A.T. So Disaster, which we've all heard before, because it's a track that's come out early, has that big 80s synth, the big riffing, the hard rock pushing, this Euro metal in Running to You, and then in the middle, an AOR and melodic rock, an AOR and melodic rock verse actually, and then it becomes a very big offer in the chorus. Love that, and I really enjoy the hopeful solo. It really is in Call My Name, which is more of a slower feel. It's more of a kind of, going to get there a different way. It's got a lyrical chorus, but that hopeful guitar solo, beautiful. We've also got low-slung riffing with an almost West Coast chorus. It almost does that. Losing Gain, that is. That's audacious for a band like H.E.A.T to say, you know what, we'll really calm it down in the chorus. I love that huge middle, the parping in the verse, the easy-to-like solo in Paradise Lost. And rock bottom, not that rock bottom, big rocking feel, synth, big gang chorus, simple. Quite a lot of the tracks here do not have any frills nor furbelows, but that's exactly what's needed. As I say, shoulder your way to the front. Say, here we are again, listen to this. And it's enjoyable from beginning to end. It is a bit of a party, but you don't need a quiz in the middle of it. You just need lots of booze, cheese footballs, great band, done. The end is dramatic, it's parping, it's smooth, it's got a lovely smooth solo. Solo starts stuttering a bit at the beginning, and then it eases into a smoothness. You've also got Tear It Down, Rock and Roll Rebel, open brackets, Rock and Roll Rebel, close brackets. You'd expect that to be big. You'd also expect it to be bolshy. It's confident, it's face front, I love it. And then we've got We Will Not Forget, which is groovy in the guitar. Groovy guitar in that verse. I love it. Produced and mixed to be bright and colourful and easy on the ear. It gets right to your pleasure centres. At no point do you think, I'm not quite sure where we're going with this. It's not a classic rock album. You don't think, this is beautifully turned. But I do think I could turn a corner and walk into this and want to spend a lot of time with it. It's a great piece of work. It's the album they needed to make. It is their future. And that is looking very bright for H.E.A.T at the moment. It's out tomorrow. Have a lovely time. Ta-ta.